Hey everyone, it's Marnie Greenberg. Welcome to my free live stream, part 2, delete overwhelming financial stress and pain on the spot. If you are not making, attracting, and receiving the money you deserve, this stream is for you. It's all about strengthening you for financial abundance. If you missed part 1, you can find that and you can find all past shows on my website. And let me tell you, first I want to thank everyone so much for being here. And I was completely blown away with all the comments flooding in from the last part 1, Delete Your Financial Stress and Pain show. And it really was amazing reading all the comments and all the changes that everyone was feeling. So I just felt so much good energy coming from that I really wanted to give more people a chance to come on with the same kind of problem so that I could demonstrate even further. And this is based on my #1 international best-selling book, Delete Stress and Pain on the Spot. And I'm here to put that book into action for you today. It is Tuesday, March 13th, 5 p.m. Pacific time. You are listening live. If it's past March 13th, you will still benefit from listening to the replay recording. And if you're new, I'd love for you to come on over to my website, MarnieGreenberg.com. Be sure to enter your name and email so that you can be part of all my upcoming free programs. And also, if you're listening live right now on Facebook, Marnie Greenberg Insightful Answers, make sure that you like my page so that you can be notified in the future when I go live automatically. And yes, we are here live. So whether you're here on the webinar or on Facebook, be sure to comment so that I know you are here. So if you're on the webinar, I see your name. And I'm directing all of you specific strength. So by seeing your name, connecting with your energy, you will feel this. This is not limited to one-on-one callers. So yes, I will be opening the lines as always to call in. But I want you to know, and if you're new, that whatever callers I talk to, if you're also experiencing similar issues in your life, and if you resonate with what the callers are saying, you too will experience those shifts in your physical body. So pay attention, again, like I always say, to how you are feeling. So to begin, I want to ask you a few questions. And I know we all live such busy lives and stress gets us. It does. And so, but I want to focus in and laser in right now on financial stress. And I want to take a moment. I want to ask you a question. How much money do you earn a month? Okay, just take a moment. Think about what you do for a living and think about that. And now pay attention right now how you're feeling in your physical body. Now, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much stress do you experience at work? 10 being the most stress. And just simply answer that question to yourself. How much stress are you feeling there? Now, I also want to point out that if you're experiencing any physical pain, whether that's health problems, back problems, neck problems, headaches, cardiovascular problems, digestive problems, respiratory problems, whatever that may be, it could be related to financial stress. And I'm going to demonstrate that on the stream today. So just I want you to correlate that with financial stress and how you're physically feeling in your body. And now I want to also ask you, are your financing causing you mental and emotional stress, such as fatigue, depression, overwhelm? Maybe some of you find yourself overeating or you gain weight because of financial stress. Maybe you feel like you're working really hard to achieve success, or maybe you're fighting or arguing with your spouse or partner about money or people that you work with. Maybe you're worried about future finances, and some of you may be unable to pay bills or pay off loans. Some of you are going through a divorce that's caused hardship. Some of you have really high expenses. Some of you can't really manage your money. Some of you are unemployed. Whatever it is, whatever obstacles you are having or setbacks, I want you to just take a deep breath in right now. Okay, and exhale. And simply take note on those questions I just asked you. And now I want to point out that the answer to those questions most likely brings up a lot of stress and pain. Statistics show that the leading cause of death in the U.S. is heart attack, stroke, and cancer. And since the year 2000, I've spent over 18 years training hundreds of thousands of people across the globe how to delete their stress and pain on the spot and how to resolve any life problem, including finances. Having achieved clinical results for large audiences and private consultations to the likes of Fortune 500 company executives, movie stars, international music legends, professional athletes, well-known personalities, and individuals from all walks of life, I've noticed one thing in common. What you think is a health problem is often really not. Many times it's the cumulative effect of all negative financial thoughts and experiences that get stored in our physical body and over time manifest as physical symptoms. So if you find yourself looking in the mirror and you see wrinkles and bags under your eyes, and some of you I know feel totally exhausted after work or long days, and you feel like you're getting old, you're getting gray, you've had health problems and financial problems, I want you to call in because I'm going to demonstrate how to delete your financial problems on the spot. And I will demonstrate how to delete your financial stress and physical pain on the spot, which stops, reverses, and prevents aging literally in its tracks. So let me explain. When discord in your finances occurs, almost everyone uses their conscious mind and its logical thinking, first to identify what the problem is, and then to find a solution to it. And this process is used in professional counseling, self-help books, and so on. The problem is that your conscious mind misleads and blindsides you. The problem itself, and let me say this again, the problem itself is never what you think it is. And if you consciously knew what your problem was, you wouldn't have it in the first place. See, what's happening is presently you're misinterpreting what's really affecting you with your finances. And what this stream is all about, it's all about deleting your mind, activating your physical intelligence so that you can identify the causes, the reasons, and the sources of your financial stress and deleting them on the spot so that it no longer affects you. So when you call in, I'm going to ask you two questions. One, I will ask you what your financial problem is. And two, if you have any physical pain. And I'm going to demonstrate and really laser in on results for you and show you how the two are correlated. They may be, they may not, but I'm going to dive deeper into this and show you. And it's all about being strong to financial abundance. Now, a lot of people think this is magical or mystical. It's not. Deletion is just a switch. It's hardwired to your internal computer. We're high tech. Deletion is 8 components. So when I say delete, that means eliminate, set free, make independent, release, protect, forgive and forget, unconditional love. So again, this is a live demonstration. I'm going to be lasering in and achieving results for you. So right now, again, I'm taking another deep breath in and exhale. And right now, I'm deleting my mind and I'm deleting everybody else's mind. And I'm activating everyone's higher knowing, higher intelligence, and I'm really bringing in that universal intelligence so that we're connecting to the universal intelligence. And I'm strengthening, most important, so that everybody on this stream is open and receptive. And most important, also neutral, meaning no judgment, no criticism, just fully open, fully neutral, coming from unconditional love. And whatever you experience that on the stream, whoever I talk to, like the universe, let me explain, orchestrates this group. So again, I want to repeat this because it's important. The callers that I talk to, we all come together for a higher purpose, and we're all attracted here for a higher purpose, and we're all resonating with similar issues. So who's ever meant to come on, whoever gets through, that's going to direct you that same energy, and it's all meant to be. So whoever I talk to, that's meant for you to hear also, and you will feel these shifts. So again, just open, be receptive, and pay attention to how you're feeling. Okay, I'll take my first live caller.
And that will be Kate.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Kate. Hi, you're on Live with Marnie.
Hi, Kate. I can hear you loud and clear. Thanks so much for joining.
Yes.
This is live and interactive.
Oh, my goodness. I am so grateful. Oh, Marnie. Thank you so much.
Wow, you sound
I am so grateful
really
too.
great,
I'm actually in the middle of Costa Rica, San Jose, on my...
Okay, so let me ask you.
Yes, I'm so grateful. I'm on my honeymoon.
Okay, so I'm feeling good energy coming from you, Kate.
Yes.
That's why. You're on your honeymoon. That sounds wonderful. Is there anything financial that I can help you with?
Yes, and yes, I have so much like fear and lack, like fear, like a lack energy, even though things are really looking up and I'm really shifting my energy around finances. I still feel like a fear, something I think my mother or something, the energy of my parents. And I feel like this is a start to a new life and I really want to heal that that lack or that fear or stress around money.
Okay, so when you think about money finances, you feel that stress. Now, do you have any physical pain in your body, Kate?
I have a lot of upper back, burden kind of energy on my shoulders.
Okay, and so on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being really intense, the worst, what is it for you?
Right now, maybe like a 6. Just
so
a feeling of
down to
head
0 right now.
tension.
And so, well, overall, I want to say that your energy overall, I can feel your heart energy, and it feels really good. And where you are right now feels really good. Yeah. And I feel your partner, and he feels awesome. And that's all good. So I want to ensure when you think about your financial future that you move in the direction of strength. And I do feel the tension, and the tension that I'm deleting right now, a lot, it doesn't have to do with relationships. It actually has to do, and this goes back to when you were little, and you actually, just through conditioning from your father and a little bit from your mother, I would say that there's a lot of pressure on your father on his shoulders, and he felt that all the time. So what you're feeling in your shoulders is really something you've had your whole life, and your whole conditioning with money. I'm deleting the negative emotions that you inherited from him. Negative emotions, negative experiences, and negative thoughts that are actually stored in that part of your body. And also, I know you're feeling it in your shoulders, but I'm also feeling it in your sacrum. So I'm strengthening your central nervous system to your sacrum. And what I'm feeling is I'm strengthening your foundation, because right now in your life, you're in this, you're starting a new foundation. And let's make that, when you think about a new foundation, I'm strengthening your internal and external, your boundaries and dynamics financially. And again, I've deleted anything negative. Just from doing that, I want to ask you, do you feel the same or different in your shoulder area from a 6? Has that gone down?
I feel the shoulder feels, I feel some tightness in my stomach or solar plexus, maybe.
Okay, so that's coming up in your stomach, but how do your shoulders feel before I go to your stomach?
They feel more relaxed. They feel much more relaxed, and I feel suddenly some sort of in my stomach, some solar plexus or energy, but my shoulders feel much better.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that the pain that you said was a 6 in your shoulders is now gone. I want to make sure that's gone first.
Yeah, it's like a 1. I mean, it just feels like tightness maybe.
Okay, and that was coming from your father and that conditioning. And I just want to take it step by step with you. So now that pain is down to a 1, I'm going to get it down to a 0, but I also want to laser in on your stomach. So your large intestines and your small intestines is carrying, it's like stuff that's coming up. It's underneath. And that actually is trusting yourself and trusting your decisions. So I want to ask you, what is it that you do for a career to earn money?
Well, right now I'm a little overwhelmed. My father died a year ago, and I'm just trying to handle all of his businesses and that kind of stuff, and then eventually children and family. But at the moment, I'm a little overwhelmed with everything from my father's death.
Okay, and what do you do for a living?
Well, right now I'm just continuing his business. So it was with domain names and investments that my father, so basically his business I'm taking over. So basically domain names, internet names.
Okay, so the reason I ask you that is really important. And so let me explain. So I'm deleting your stomach pain that you said you had. And when I delete that, I feel that the root, I've already deleted a lot that went back to your father, but that goes deeper into your father and the business that you inherited. So I want to make sure that as you take that over, one, I'm deleting grief and I'm deleting loss, and I'm strengthening you so that you start that business with a different energy than where he left off. And I'm going to change that energy. And by changing that energy, I'm deleting his worry, constantly worried about it. And that was a really intense energy, and that's what you're feeling in your stomach. And your ability to really trust your financial instincts, your financial insight, I'm strengthening, because you have a lot of doubt. And that what you're feeling in your stomach is self-doubt and a lot of self-judgment and a lot of self-criticism. And I'm deleting those emotions. And again, most important, I'm putting a new energy there. When you think about taking over your dad's company, I want you to just say, I can and will do it. Just as simple as that. I can and will do it.
I can and will do it.
Okay, so that's weak. And so you need to have the strength behind that. So able, willing, ready. You don't feel ready for that. So I'm going to make you strong and ready to do that and delete the weaknesses of why you're ready. So there's an energy there. You have to have like that, the strength, the endurance, the flexibility, the agility, and the speed. So I'm strengthening that hexagon for you so that the speed and the decisions that you're making are quick and fast and accurate, specifically for the business, and having the confidence to do it, because you need a team, you need the right people surrounding you, people to bring out your best. And having deleted all that, and there was a lot that I didn't articulate, but just by doing that, and explaining that to you, how does your stomach feel? The same or different?
I feel so much better. I feel more confident in that area. Like definitely, before I felt overwhelming, and now I feel like that I can handle it. And I feel like I'm looking at my husband, and I feel like he sometimes closes his heart, and I feel like so insecure, like I don't want to upset him, or like he just seems to close his heart sometimes, and that scares me, and I go into like a panic or fear. So I don't know if there's anything to help. Like we have so much love, and it's just my insecurities that come up, and then
okay. So let's delete that. But before I delete that,
I don't want to upset him.
Okay, but how's your stomach? Do you feel the same or different?
It's much better.
Is it gone?
It's feeling much better.
Okay, so let's make your stomach and your shoulders. A little
anxiety, but I think the anxiety is not wanting to ruin the relationship by doing something that upsets, that.
Okay, but that's not really what it is. That's what you think that is, but there's a lot of misperceptions, and that comes from a fear of failure. And your dad, actually, both of you, there's a lot of fear of failure in your family, and that actually has to do with more than just relationships. So I'm deleting the fear of making the wrong decisions, the fear of failure, and there's also a fear that if you make the wrong decisions, that no one will love you. And I'm deleting those fears so that you unconditionally always feel supported by your partner. So I want you to think for a moment, even if you do fail, that every failure brings success, and that no matter what happens, that your partner will love you unconditionally, and that you're open and receptive to that. Because part of your receiver, it's like you're blocked from accepting that unconditional love. And that's really because of the judgment you place on yourself. That goes back to your father. So I've deleted that. Now, what I want you to do is go back to that same thought that you just said, that you felt the anxiety. Now, is that the same or different? When you think about that.
I still feel it just in the middle of my stomach.
Okay, so I'm strengthening your exit portal so that energy goes down and out the bottom of your feet. And part of you is holding on. See, you have a lot of holding on weaknesses, and there's a fear of actually deleting and letting go. Eliminate, set free, make independent. So there's a fear of being independent. So I'm deleting that fear. Now, do you still feel that in your stomach, or is it different?
It's better.
Okay, and another thing that came up when you said it's better, I want you to feel like you're safe. The more money you make, that you're safe. Like you have a fear that if you're very wealthy and your company is really successful, that you won't be safe. So, that's subconscious. It's not conscious. And on some level, your father was struggling with that. So again, I'm deleting all the negative thoughts, emotions, and experiences that your dad had on the company, and I'm replacing that with strength. So I'm resetting the company, the foundation of the company that's affecting your stomach. I'm resetting the internal and external boundaries and dynamics, and I'm putting a strong, balanced, center, stabilized energy there. When the company foundation is strong, that's actually, you're going to feel safer. So just by strengthening you to feel safe, think about your company being ultra successful, that you can do it and that you're safe. You got that thought? Now, when you think about that, how does your stomach feel?
Yeah.
Is there a difference? The same or different?
So much more relaxed.
So it's more relaxed.
I think feeling safe is a big thing. Yeah.
Huge.
I always wanted, because I never felt safe as a child. So feeling safe is a good thing.
Okay. And that safety had to do with past traumas of like somehow the way you were wired was that if you were financially successful, even the company, that you weren't safe. And your father carried that. So I'm actually deleting that. So when you inherit a company, you have to strengthen the boundaries and dynamics and the foundation of the company and make sure that you start that with a clean slate. So it's like your foundation of your life right now has shifted and strong. Your foundation of your company is strong. And along with your shoulders and your stomach, of course, your anxiety, you just can't find it. So before we move on, I want to make sure that you're totally calm and you feel good when you think about your financial future and the company and everything you have to do.
Yes, I'm so grateful too. And I wanted to tell you one thing as a testimonial. On my birthday on February 9th, you worked with me briefly about finding, a soulmate and opening to love. And at that point, my husband was just my friend sitting next to me, and he worked on like letting go of blocks to love. And within a week, we fell in love and opened our hearts, and we're engaged and married, and we're now on our honeymoon. Thank you so much. And that's the short version, because I don't want to keep you from other people.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love it. I love hearing it. And I love that you actually called back and that. And that's really, that's true success in love, relationships, and and you got to have it all. It's not just about, it's everything. Your hexagon, relationships is strong. Now your finances are strong. Your future feels really strong. Your health feels strong. So I'd love for you to send me an email whenever you have time, the whole story, because I'd love to hear it.
Okay, we will. Thank you so much, Marnie.
And the next time we speak, you're going to tell me about all the success in the company, because right now, what we just did today,
yes.
You will tell me all the amazing things that are opening up financially and how successful the company is and all that you've done. So keep me posted on your success.
Yes, and hopefully a baby too. Okay. Thank you so much.
You got it. You got it. So thanks for coming on and being so open and receptive, and big hug, and have an amazing time in Costa Rica. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. So much love. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Bye. Okay, so wow, that was great hearing from Kate, and I'm glad that she shared that so that everybody could hear the amazing things that happen afterwards. So, and I always tell people, if you've been on my calls in the past, definitely come on back and share those stories, because that's what this is all about. There's so many stories that I could share and physically. So again, what I want to point out is that a lot of pain, for Kate, she was carrying it in her shoulders and her stomach, and that was related to finances. So you have to pinpoint where in your body you're carrying those emotions and delete it, as you just saw. So I'm going to take another live caller.
Okay. We have Elle on the line. Elle, you're on live with Marnie.
Hi, Marnie. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Elle. I can hear you loud and clear. I'm so glad you're here today, and I'm glad you got through. And I know that you have something that everybody listening can also benefit from. So tell me, what financial problems are you experiencing right now in your life?
Well, it's multifold. I just had a surgery, and they found some cancer, and I'm supposed to start a job in about 2 weeks. I was promoted within my own company.
Okay.
And, because of the diagnosis, and because I'm on my own, I have to make my own living, so I can't just take a year off to find myself or find my own way of healing the cancer. I was, I want to do the job. I'm also excited about it. So my symptoms are not so much physical right now because I'm healing quite well from the surgery, but it's a lot of grief. It's a lot of emotional.
Okay. And when was the surgery?
On the 12th of February.
And what did they do?
I had a very large ovarian cyst, and I had a total hysterectomy. And they found, the doctor said, a very odd cancer because they couldn't find the tumor. But there were cancer cells that are originating from the female reproductive organs, but they didn't find the primary tumor. So now they want to do a PET scan, and they want to do chemo and all that kind of stuff. And I'm starting a new job in 2 weeks, so.
Okay, so I'm going to dive in, and I'm going to, what you just told me, we need to find the root causes of this. And it's not something that's present in your life, like currently what's going on in your life. So as I trace this back, it goes back to what I'm feeling is your mom. And I'm feeling, this goes back to maybe when you were 3 years old. And what I'm sensing, there's a lot of grief. And so right now, I'm as much as I'm tracing it back to when you were little, I'm also feeling like your primary weakness, the surgery and the after effects, I'm deleting the effects of that. So there's trauma, the illness, a lot of limitations, the staff, that whole experience was a bit traumatizing. There's a lot of grief and a lot of negative emotions, and it affects you like 100%. So I need to strengthen your central nervous system to your reproductive system. And I'm resetting your mind, your body, your spirit, your thinking, your emotions, your perception really. So, and your perception that connects to your reproductive system. And what I feel when I'm resetting the energy here and I'm deleting all negative thoughts and experiences and limitations and karma associated, it goes back to it goes not just your mom, it goes, I'm feeling your grandmother and the whole female line. And there's a lot of resentment towards men. And this has affected your relationships. And so the primary weakness is really relationships. And so let me ask you, what has happened, not just with your relationships, but when you go back, when you think about like 3 years old or your grandmother and her relationships, like tell me a little bit about that, because does that ring a bell to you?
Yes, I do think that we have a line of sexual abuse. I've been working with that quite a bit, and it's been tough. So I had a very, I don't know what was with my grandfather, but yeah, I think he was, the root there too, and my parents. So my mother's father, and then it goes back to my side, I think. So
okay, so
sorry, I'm not clear.
Okay, so no, I want to ask what rings a bell there, because it does tie into there's a lot of trauma that's stored in your reproductive system, and I'm deleting the root cause, and I'm deleting that trauma specifically. And as I delete the trauma, that actually affects the cells. So I'm deleting this not just in the cellular memory, but the cells, the molecules, the atoms, down to the quantum particles, where energy is matter and matter is energy. And as I rewire that, I'm deleting this back through the cumulative effect through your whole female line. But it's, you had mentioned your male ancestors, but what I'm feeling is the reactions, sensations, and negative emotions from your mom, and that's kind of stored from her more. Yeah. And there's a lot of anger there. There's a lot of rage. And, so I'm strengthening you for that. And so currently in your life, I'm feeling that particularly not just in your reproductive system, but your lungs as well. So you have to find where these memories are stored. Some of them are in your reproductive system, but as I'm taking a deep breath in myself, I'm feeling your lungs, and I'm balance center stabilizing your central nervous system to your lungs, and I'm deleting the grief that's stored there. So there's an enormous amount of grief, and not feeling safe, not feeling loved, not feeling protected, and there's a lot of fear. So this is to a very high degree of pain, of suffering, and I'm deleting that. Now, what are you feeling currently, like in your chest area as I'm doing this, in your physical body also?
I do feel a constriction in my chest. I do. And there's
Okay.
a lot of fears are coming and a lot of sadness.
Okay, so what's happening in your chest, and I feel it also in your throat, is there's a communication weakness, and you felt trapped. And the energy is trapped in your lungs and actually in your cardiopulmonary system, because I'm strengthening your central nervous system to your heart, your nerves, your spinal cord. And what's happening there, the energy is off. And so your heart to your energy to your heart, that energy is off. So I'm strengthening and I'm balancing and I'm strengthening for regeneration. I'm decreasing degeneration. And as I do this and I'm applying the method on you, there's things that you could not speak up about, and that's what's causing this imbalance. And so the cumulative effect of the things you couldn't speak up about, that you didn't feel safe, your mother, your grandmother, and this goes way back, and it also goes back to past lifetimes. And so I'm deleting the cumulative effect of that. Now, as I do that, do you still feel the constriction in your chest area?
It became lighter. I could feel a little bit more of an opening, yes, for sure.
Okay, so there's a lot of feelings, like when you feel, let me ask you about your relationship. So in the last, how's your relationships in your life?
I'm not in a relationship with a man. I'm divorced. That was 2013. And I have had just very few contacts with men. And what you said about my trust level and my desire to open up, there's none. Kind of like very hard to imagine that.
Now, when I ask you that the root cause, it affects everything that's ever happened. Everything in your cellular memory and your reproductive system is related to relationships and all those emotions, sensations, and reactions that I told you. But when you just said that, I'm feeling your small intestine. So not only you're carrying a lot of emotions there that I'm specifically deleting. And as I do this, I'm resetting your mind, your body, your spirit, your thinking, awareness, perception, and I'm restarting your internal computer in your reproductive system. And some of it goes back. See, I'm feeling your last relationship, and there's a lot that there's like a forgiveness there, but it's really not him. So as I trace it, but like I said, this started at like 3 years old. And so any partner that you've attracted in this lifetime has always like hurt you, let you down. There's violence there. There's betrayals, and it's like you're struggling with that, and it's really, really challenging for you to allow love in. So you've in a way attracted partners who not only have like abused you in a way, but have at a certain level there's a neglect also,
right.
And with that, I mean, it's led to your divorce, but. Here's what I want you to do right now. We're going to stop this in its tracks and reverse this and strengthen so that in your future that you're going in the direction of strength, strong relationships, your strong reproductive system. And so I allow myself to be open, to be receptive, and to trust this process. And just for a moment, think about that. I am open, I'm receptive, and I trust this process. Because and you don't even have to verbalize that. When I say the word trust, it's like you don't know who to trust, and consciously you're calling in on the show, but on a deeper level, there's it's like you don't trust me, and I'm not. It's nothing personal, but
right.
And there's a tremendous amount of grief behind the trust. So that's the first thing I want to repair for you. Like I'm starting a clean slate with being able to trust people to come into your life, and on the highest level in your greatest good, like rise your vibration, rise you out of this, and just connect you with a universal intelligence so that you feel totally connected and aligned with trust, with your personal power, with your feminine power. I mean, because in a way, you're just say, I'm in my feminine power.
I'm in my feminine power.
Okay, there is a tremendous amount of fear there. When you say that, and now here's what I'm going to do. Say I'm able to reclaim my feminine power.
I'm able to reclaim my feminine power.
Okay, so all the men, all the abuse, anyone who's ever abused you, hurt you, and all the cumulative effect of all that, I'm deleting as you say that. And I'm strengthening your central nervous system, your central intelligence, to rewire this, because that's what needs to be done. And you, if you've never felt this, your mom never felt this, and now is your time. So you are strong to that. You are able and you're willing and you're ready. And just say, I'm ready to claim, to step into my feminine power.
I'm ready to claim to step into my feminine power.
Okay, now right when you said that, I felt your throat. And
yes, even though the organs are not there anymore, right?
Well, it doesn't matter. See, here's the thing, and that's an important question. You can have surgery and have the organs removed, and you still have to delete the root causes.
Right.
Because it will still be there. It'll manifest in different areas if you don't. And so right now, that's what I mean. We're stopping in its tracks and we're regenerating the cells. And you know, I've worked with a lot of people with cancer and who have beat the odds and who have made it. And I want to work with you because I want to, this is your time. You're calling me. And when people call me, I'm committed to really, helping you the best that I can. And what I'm telling you is step one is to reclaim your feminine power so that you're able, you're willing, and you're ready. You feel deserving and worthy. And when you said that, like I said, I'm strengthening your throat, your communication, and feeling safe, specifically for being in your feminine power, because you've never felt that. And and now when you say that, do you feel different? Like I'm ready, I'm able, willing, ready, deserving. Just say, this is a reality on the spot. Say that this is a reality on the spot.
I feel that still something is holding me back.
Right. And that's like making this a reality right now. It's the time. You feel that if you totally permanently delete this, that there's a safety. And it's interesting because the caller before that had an issue with feeling safe.
Right.
I'm safe to delete this. And it's simple. Like we miss it all the time. People miss the simple, the trivial stuff, but you have to feel safe to really delete this. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so just say, I am safe.
I am safe.
I'm in my power.
I'm in my power.
I'm in my feminine power.
I'm in my feminine power.
Now, as you say that, I'm strengthening your central nervous system, all the cells in your body, specifically, like I said, your reproductive system. And just by doing that, that changes and reverses disease. It changes the cells. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And so what is it? I mean, it's manifested in your body, but to change that, you have to really delete the negative thinking and delete the negative thoughts, all the negative experiences. So I'm deleting all karma, misinformation, misinterpretations, misperceptions, and I'm running the charts on you right now. It's too much to say, but I really just want to speed this process up. And I want to, some of it I consciously wanted you to connect with and understand, but a lot of it is just processing with the method. So with that said, how do you feel now when you think about your feeling safe in your personal power, your feminine power? Do you feel different when you think about it?
I do. I feel a warmth in my chest area. I do feel calmer. Yes, definitely. I can feel it. Yes.
Okay. Now you had mentioned that this concern about going back to work.
Yes.
And now when you think about your future, I'm strengthening you so that you feel your confidence is there, that you feel that you can and you will go back to work, and that you can handle this whole situation with ease and every step of the way through this process that you can do it. So I want to ask you a question. When you think about going back to work in your heart center, because this is in your heart, how does that make you feel? Does it feel different than before?
I had an excited part and a very fearful part, and right now I feel happy.
Okay, good.
I really want to do this job. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, good. And it's important the way you feel, not your thinking, but the way you feel. You want to think about it, stop feeling, and that's your feeling, your perception, that's your insight. That's your insight, that instinct that leads to taking the action, having the strength with the action that you can do it. And I can reverse my health, just as simple as that. I can reverse my health, and just, you have to be strong to that. I can and will do it. And say that with me.
I can and will do it.
Okay, that's a little bit weak. Let's make that 100% infinite potential strong. So to make that strong, I'm deleting all your past guilt, all the past betrayals, all the past failures, all the judgment, and all the things the doctors have told you that is not possible, because just being indoctrinated with that alone. So I'm deleting all doubt, knowing that you can and you will do it, and you will overcome this, and you'll move forward with strength. And I'm not telling you that this is the end. I'm telling you that this is the beginning, and that I can help you, and that you should connect with me again, because you are very open and receptive, and I felt changes in you, mostly in your heart. And what I want to end this with is just say, I love and accept myself unconditionally.
I love and accept myself unconditionally. Okay,
so there's a really strong energy there now that wasn't there before. And part of you, what I'm deleting when you say that is this abandonment that you've always had, right, whether it was from your parents or your partners. And part of you felt alone and scared to be alone and abandoned. And I deleted all those negative emotions associated with it, so that you are strong when you say, I love and accept myself unconditionally, which is really step one to this process, is to love and accept yourself unconditionally. Know that it's possible, not just by thinking about it, but knowing your physical intelligence to change the cells in your reproductive system so that they regenerate, you're healthy, and you will move forward in your future, going back to work and really working through this. So what I want you to do, send me an email in the next week with how you feel and the changes, because a lot of what I just did, this will continue to process, and you'll feel later in the week, and what I can do for you in the future to continue this, because I want the best for you, and you're a sweet soul, and you have a future ahead of you, and with all due respect to the doctors, they're not always right.
Thank you. That is, thank you very, very much. I can feel that in my heart. Thank you, Marnie. I really appreciate what you did today for me.
Okay. And is there anything you'd like to share? I know a lot of that's very personal, and I appreciate your vulnerability and coming on here and sharing that, because it is very private. So, is there anything you'd like to share to the listeners?
Well, the whole process of, noticing now how I feel now, and I feel a connection with you, and what you said about trusting, and that wasn't there. And I'm feeling emotional about that now, that I do feel the trust, in you, because that was the block that I've run into in the past too, to just thinking about I can do this, and then, oh no, and to feel deflated about it. And and I don't feel that right now. It's
interesting.
I feel good. I feel good and very grateful.
That's good. I'm glad you don't feel that wasn't what you said about being, deflated, and that, and not just trusting me, but, and I'm glad that you're open to trusting anyone. So moving forward, that anyone that comes into your space will bring out your best. You'll trust them, and you'll attract people that are wonderful souls that will rise your vibration and do the best they can for you in every way. And that goes for anybody in your future right now, to because it's important to surround yourself with the right people and strong people.
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad that that's changed. I'm glad. Thank you so much for sharing. So I'm going to give you a big, huge energy hug. You're going to feel that. And be sure to contact me, just like the last call. Contact me. It's always in the future. The results always come, and I love to hear that. That's like the best part, and what brings me the most joy. So please, keep me posted.
Yes.
Thank you. Continue. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right. So for everyone listening, if you resonate with any of those issues, I'm sending strength to everyone, so that you love and unconditionally accept yourself with trust. And feel very, very supported. So, okay, we'll take another caller.
Okay. We have Beth on the line. Beth, you're on live with Marnie.
Hi, Marnie.
Hi, Beth. I can hear you loud and clear. Do you have any kind of financial problems I can help you with today?
Yes, I've been, unfortunately, I've been not being able to return to my job the last year and a half, because I have a lot of physical pain that's preventing me from being able to walk very well. And so I have a lot of stress about finances and.
Okay, what do you currently do right now for work?
I'm a flight attendant.
Okay, and where is your pain in your body?
I have a lot all over, but a lot's in the lower back, the knees, and the Achilles.
Okay, so your lower back, let's on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, what would you rate it?
The lower back is about a 6.
About a 6. Okay, so your lower back. So, and I want to point out that lower back pain, and a lot of people have lower back pain, it's like 99% financial. And that's from like 17 years of working on people and not from reading it in any book, but that's what I find. And I'm going to show you right now that in your lower back, your L1, your 2, your 3, you're carrying financial stress there. And why? Let's get to the root cause. So I'm feeling your father. I'm feeling past. There's people that you work with, actually. Are there any men that you work with that stresses you out?
Sometimes.
Well, there's some energy there with, what company do you work for?
American.
Okay, so there's energy at American Airlines there's stress that you're actually picking up on within the airline itself. And so some of it's personal, some of it's much broader than you. So sometimes you got to look at the company that you work at and what's going on with whether, who's working there. So I'm deleting a lot of the negative sensations, emotions, and reactions. And that has to do with work, but also in the place where you're living, like there's a stuckness there. And part of you is resisting moving forward in life. So I'm deleting a lot of resistance, any stuckness. I'm functioning your home, any negative emotions and thoughts in your home. And the flow is off. So I'm strengthening the flow of your money and giving, receiving, neutral. That energy there needs to be even, and it's not. So your money neutrality is off. And there's a lot of misinterpretations also regarding money and spending money and handling money. When it comes to spending money, how do you feel when I say spending money?
I get a little scared right now.
Okay, and that's really, you're feeling it in your lower back. It's really coming from the front, the intestines. So I'm strengthening your central nervous system to your large intestines and deleting that anxiety. Okay, so now I'd like you to test out your lower back and tell me, is that the same or different?
It's about the same right now.
Okay, so there's some anger that I feel you're holding on to. And to really delete this, there's holding on weaknesses that you have. And it's almost like to really let this go, you got to be strong to letting go of your money. So money coming in and money flowing out, the money flowing out is totally weak. So in all the things, it's like, and that almost goes back to your father, like money leaving his bank account, it goes in, doesn't come out. Saving, great at saving, not great at spending, but they're really, you have to spend money to make money, and it's that kind of energy that weakens you. And there's a lot of anxiety around like fear of not having it, fear of getting older, fear of, and right now what I'm sensing, it does tie into your relationships and it's affecting your relationships. So as I delete these emotions, what are you feeling now? The same or different?
As far as my back, I still feel about the same.
Okay, so there's this really hardcore stuckness, like I can't do it. What I want you to say is I can do it. I can do it and I will do it.
I can do it and I will do it.
Okay, so the will, your will, it's like that's like the will in your stomach, like the will to survive. There's a survival energy, and you're like stuck in the survival mode, and you're scared, and it feels like the image I get, it's like you're holding on for your life. And it's really, this is something that you felt your whole life, and it ties into your siblings, and it ties into your family, and I'm deleting all the cumulative effects of the negative emotions and negative experiences that you felt your whole life. So when think about, and it's simple, think about leaving your home, okay? And now go back to before this pain started, okay? Can you get that? Before this pain started, when you didn't have the pain, can you?
Yes.
And when was the last time you didn't have this pain? How long have you had the pain for?
About a year and a half.
Okay, so I'm going back to about a year and a half, and there's something at that particular age that triggered this, and that goes back to a past life when you were this age and certain experiences that happened. So when you're just standing right now, do you feel the pain?
Yeah, it's still
achy. I know, but do you feel it just standing, or do you feel it when you're moving?
Both. Sometimes just staying in one spot, like sitting on one spot or standing in one spot.
Okay, so what I want you to do is walk around because your energy is so stagnated. I want you to walk, and I'm strengthening you to take an action, walking forward, and all the stuff in your chest. It's like all the stuff you want to get off your chest that you can never get off your chest. Do you ever feel like there's no one listening to you, or a lot of things you want to say, nobody's listening to you, so it's like you suppress it? Does that ring a bell?
Yes.
Okay, and it's like, and there's an anger there. Do you ever feel angry?
Yes.
Do you ever feel really frustrated that nothing's ever going your way?
Yes.
Okay, so there's, and you love it, but there's so much anger and there's so much frustration, like everything you do that nothing ever works out. And it really good in the last year and a half, it's really intensified. So I need to bring that intensity down to 0 minus infinity. So, and say this with me, because you have to consciously really connect with this to allow yourself to, I delete all anger. And everybody listen, I delete all anger. I delete all frustration.
I delete all anger. I delete all frustration.
Related to my finances.
Related to my finances.
I delete anytime no one's ever listened to me. Think about all the people who never listened to you. You get that?
All the times people haven't listened to me.
Okay, now I have a voice. I voice myself and people listen to me. People care about me.
I have a voice. I voice myself. People listen to me.
Okay, was that your cat?
Yeah.
Your cat agrees. Your cats listen to you. Animals, they have the intelligence, okay? And they're smarter than us. They're physical intelligence. So that meow is like, yes. But how does that feel when you say that? Because you never felt that ever. I mean, I can trace this back to when maybe you were 14 in your teens, and you never felt like that anybody ever listened to you.
Yeah, it feels better. I feel much lighter.
There's like this liberating energy of like just freedom. So and even when you say financial freedom, say that, financial freedom.
Financial freedom.
Okay, I'm strengthening you to that because it kind of like chokes you up in your neck a little bit. So I'm deleting all trauma associated with freedom and not just being like, I feel like leaving your house, I'm strengthening you to that. And that really gets you in your shoulder area. You're feeling it in your lower back, but it's more in your neck, your shoulder area. And I'm lightening up that energy. But how are you feeling as I'm doing this? As you're consciously connecting to it? Are you feeling a shift?
Yeah, I definitely feeling a shift.
Okay, and describe, how does that shift feel to you?
Oh, I just feel more, I don't know, I feel more possibilities, more, just feel better overall.
Okay, so you know what, when you say possibilities and I feel better overall, you know what it really is? You don't want to be working at the airline. and I'm laughing, but when you think about it, you really kind of don't like it. In the flying, and you're just like tired of it. Do you ever feel like that?
Yeah.
You want to get out. You kind of don't know how to get out. Does that resonate with you?
Yes.
And this is your way out. You're like, you know what? Your pain manifests in your body and then you don't have to go. And that's like your own excuse because you're in pain. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about if your pain leaves right now, because it will. And I'm going to make sure your back pain's gone. I want you to think about that you have a choice. You don't have to go back to the airline, okay? In a way, you're like, there's a forcing energy that's stuck in your lower back, and that's like you're forcing yourself, like you have to go there, and that's your only choice.
Yeah.
So when you said opportunity, I want you to think for a moment of your creative energy, okay? Because there's a lot of ways to make money, and but think about your creative energy. Now, I'm strengthening your feeling, your perception, your intuition to your insight, and the insight to give you the right answer. And the answer for like the opportunities, that answer to connect to the actions automatically. So those actions are like, think about new opportunities and you automatically getting the right answer that leads to you taking the right actions for new career opportunities, and think about that opening up for you. Meeting the right people, the synchronicity being there, like connecting and those dots kind of connecting for you. Think about that for a moment. How does that feel to you of new opportunities, new possibilities?
Oh, it feels good.
You got to do something else. I'm telling you, I'm tuning into the airlines and that feels like history and something new is coming. So think about a new door opening. Okay. And so that if your back gets better right now, that new door will open. How? Don't worry about the how, okay? What I want you to do is I delete my mind, activate your physical intelligence, align that with the universal intelligence. The universe will orchestrate this for you. I'm deleting all blocks to that, all trauma, illness, limitations, fear, and karma associated with that, and knowing that it is possible. So just feel that. Now, I want you to think that it is possible, okay? And when you think about that, how does that make you feel right now?
Oh, it feels great.
Okay, different than before. And when you compare it, how does that feel different?
Yeah, I definitely feel a shift. I definitely feel.
You feel a shift. See your parents, it really goes back to them. Like and very like all the teachers and all the strict, like you have to do it this way. And there's a lot of restrictions and like you have to do it this way and you have to go to school. No, you don't have to do anything. You know what I mean? You don't. You got to follow your true. It's like because you're not following your true authentic self and you're forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do, that's creating a pain. And when I delete that, that's the real struggle there. Does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah. I've been.
And you got it right now. And I'm strengthening you. So say I delete all restrictions. And anybody that feels forced to have to do something, just say I delete all restrictions. Okay. Now, how does that feel to you when you say that?
It feels good.
I'm processing those restrictions in your lower back, and I'm deleting them so that no longer affects you. And the pressure that goes along with it. Because sometimes I feel that in your head area a little bit. So I'm deleting that as well. And so now the fluid and like the flow, stepping forward with financial strength, new opportunities, your creative energy being strong, and really making that happen. Because I feel like a whole new door is opening for you. In fact, I'm feeling April. You got big changes coming. So what I want you to do is send me an email in April. March 13th. So send me an email in a few weeks and let me know how you're feeling and what's changed, because things are going to open up for you in a new direction. So I'm strong to new directions. Yes, I'm feeling that. When I say that, I'm tuning into your subconscious, your conscious. That's all congruent now. And do you feel more free energy flowing in your back?
Oh yeah. I feel better.
Do you feel when you move your back and your stomach, how does that feel?
Definitely less pain. I feel definitely better.
Okay, that means you're on the right track. But I'm not telling you this is the end all. I'm telling you this is just the beginning. So, and it's not something you just do once, but you got to have more fun and more joy, because there really wasn't. You didn't have the fun and the joy. It wasn't there. It was stagnated. It was like just going to work. You didn't like it and the fun. So now I feel like that's history, and you're going to connect with it and be on the lookout for it. Like recognize it. I'm strengthening you for recognizing the opportunities, and because you have a lot to offer and you have a huge heart. I allow myself to enjoy my life too. Just say that. I
allow myself to enjoy my life.
Okay, and I'm strengthening you for that. Now, do you feel that joy right now?
Yes,
Okay, and you didn't before, right?
No.
Okay, so is there anything you'd like to, it was very interesting as I process this for you, and a lot of this I can do very quickly, but I wanted to kind of slow it down. I want you to understand what I'm doing and connect with what I'm doing and really feel the energy. So is there anything you'd like to share with the listeners who didn't have a chance to come on, but how you were feeling, just to broaden their horizons?
No, I mean, everything that you're saying, I have been thinking about. I felt kind of stuck in my job, and I've been wanting to do something else, but I've been feeling like, I have to go back to my job. I've just been feeling that pressure because I've been working my job for 30 years. So I just felt this, I have to go back. And so, but yet I still want to do something else.
Okay. And that feels good to you now. And you know that you want to do something else.
Yes.
And that feels good to you. So I'm glad that shifted, and I can't wait to hear from you in the future, because things are now, it's like your energy's totally shifted.
Well, thank you so much.
And so I'm glad you could see the correlation between what you were feeling in your lower back and what was going on in your life with your job, and how that all correlated and related and whatnot. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for being so open and sharing. I look forward to staying in touch with you. And thanks again. Big energy hug to you. You'll feel me. And a big energy hug to your cute kitty that I hear. And your cat's feeling it too in a good way. They're very open and receptive cats. Okay, so lots of love to you.
Thank you.
All right. So for those of you who are listening, I pay attention to how you're feeling in your physical body. I know we had 3, great examples here. And so it's all about deleting the cumulative effects of things that are, blocking you from making money, having money, handling money and spending it, not holding on to it, and really having that financial independence. And I'm strengthening everyone for financial freedom. And there's a lot of specific things that, everybody's different. That's why I hold these free live streams and do live demonstrations, because there's no cookbook recipe. It's like not everybody with lower back pain has the same root weaknesses. We're all wired differently, and we all hold different information in different parts of our body, and that this was like a great example of it. And so I want everybody to be strong for financial abundance, and directing you that energy right now. And I know that you're listening, and there's something that brought us together here. So there's a higher reason why you're listening and why you're on here. There's no accidents in the universe. And the fact is that everyone listening to the stream resonates with these same vibrations. So on some level, whether you're conscious or not conscious of it, there were changes that just took place. And, the universal intelligence and higher vibrations speak to us, letting us know there is something more. And if you listen closely, they reveal that you can reach previously unimagined heights without struggling to do so by simply opening yourself up to this deletion process. And, as you're aware, when you have a problem, deleting the unknown reasons buried in your unconscious mind responsible for creating that particular problem in the first place results in a total and permanent disappearance of the culprit on the spot. And so sometimes it's one deletion, sometimes it's thousands of deletion. This isn't something that you just do once. And that's why I created a membership program. So if you're on the stream thinking that you have a financial problem and you'd like me to address it, here's how it works. You can submit to me your specific problem. So if you like the stream, you will really enjoy the Self-Strengthening Deletion membership. So a lot of people say, so what now? So I do have a private group, and there's the next call that's coming up literally like next week is on deleting financial stress. So how it works is, this isn't a membership where you just listen to audio recordings or get, pre-recorded stuff or videos. This is live and interactive, and you can log into your membership area and literally submit your problem to me. I get a list of everybody's name, everybody's problem, and I'm directing specifically to your central nervous system where you store those memories, the negative thoughts, emotions, experiences, and I'm deleting them for you for the whole group. And it's an experience where it's very specialized for you. Like I said, it's a live call. I go live every month with a call. It happens to be on finances this month, but the goal is to keep you strongly neutral, where your mind is out of your way, your physical intelligence is connected to the universal intelligence, so that you have the answers to every area of your life. And it's really about activating abundance all year with everything in your life. And so it's like, I'll be your GPS. I'll navigate you to this with clarity, abundance, and vitality. And it's my job just to delete your blocks to the abundance, so that that you're the self-expert. So what I do is I give you, after the call, a self-strengthening and deletion audio that's specific for you. And you can listen to that every day to continue to process on deeper and deeper levels, because it's kind of like peeling an onion. And this is something that you can do yourself. So this isn't something that I can just do. Everyone has this innate ability for self-deletions, and you can do this every day. I give you, like I said, a self-strengthening and deletion audio activation after this live call, so that you feel like you can do this on yourself, and you can apply this on your family members, your loved ones, and do it for them as well. And I also give you a PDF each month that explains all the principles for that particular month, that particular call. So, but it's really not about reading a book or reading a PDF. This is an experience. So if you really, you got to get good at one thing in your life, and that's hitting the delete key and finding the reasons and the real causes behind what it is you're feeling, whether it's back pain or neck pain or reproductive problems or cancer, whatever it is that you're facing. you have to look at it. And like I said, a lot of your physical pain, a lot of your, you don't just wake up one day and you have pain and it hits you out of nowhere. I mean, a lot of, sometimes it does hit you out of nowhere, but there's always the cumulative effect that's built up, and you have to look at what those real reasons, causes, and sources. And that's why I let you, submit a problem to me. And after the call, the best part about it is that I stay connected with you. You can submit feedback in the membership area. And this is a different way of processing, so that when you submit feedback to me in the membership area, I'm connecting with you after, I'm evaluating and I'm reevaluating, and I'm constantly and continually staying connected with you. Because like I said, this isn't something that you do once. To really have mastery in your life is what you want. So every month I go live and I cover every different area of your life, from physical pain to financial blocks to rejuvenating your mind, body, spirit, achieving your ideal body, relationships, mental, emotional stress, you name it. I cover it throughout the whole year. So you have a chance to connect with me. Now, it doesn't matter if you've never met me before, if you've never done a program with me, you can join this membership at any time. Whether you're a beginner or advanced, it doesn't matter. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, well, what other options are there if I want to dive deeper, if I have, specific problems? So I do consultations, but what I recommend, I have, specialized, customized programs. So if you are new and you want to dive deeper, I recommend my coaching program to pre-program your life for health, wealth, and happiness. Now, you can find, if you're on Facebook, you can click the links. If you are on the webinar, you can click the links. If you're not, you can just send an email to info@marniegreenberg.com for more information, or you can come to my website, marniegreenberg.com, and click on programs, and you'll get a list of all the programs that I offer. But like I said, if you're wondering where to go now, like where do I start? I'm new. I want to dive deeper. I recommend the personalized introductory coaching program. It's a 4-part program. It comes with 2 50-minute personal consultations. And what that does is that I can customize this for you. So whatever problems you're having, I'm customizing it for you, and then I'm leading you through a 4-part program, which is instant. It's on demand, and you can get the audios. And I lead you through tools like the self-strengthening and deletion audio activations, which are amazing tools so that you can do this on yourself. You get PDFs, you get self-strengthening and deletion activations, and most importantly, you get the results that you want because of the connecting with me personally. So those are the 3 powerful components designed to really maximize results in my coaching programs. So whatever it is you have, and I'm sure you may have questions, I have an amazing team. You can go ahead, just send me an email, info@marniegreenberg.com. That's info@marniegreenberg.com for any questions. And I know, there's really no map to success. Now, I know there's a lot of seminars out there you may have taken, or financial advice, but the true map is your own insight. And I delete your blocks to your financial insight so that you have the answers, that you connect with the financial success, whether that's the opportunities coming to you, money coming to you, making money, handling money. There's so many different areas that I cover within the membership program that have to do with money. And as you saw me guide people through on the call today, you realize that if you're not able, willing, and ready to really have that financial success, those are simple blocks that you have to start with and delete. And you really have to love and accept yourself unconditionally. You have to look at your past. You have to delete all the things that no longer serve you. And it's way too much to tell you on the stream. But a lot of people say, "Can I do this? Is it easy? Will it work for me?" And the answer is yes, yes, and yes. And a lot of people say, well, I don't have the money. But if you don't have the money, this is what you really need to do. You have to break that. A lot of people say, well, I don't have time. And that's like saying you don't have time for success, which is ridiculous. You have to break through even those blocks. So I'm strengthening everyone to money for having the time to do this. And then once you do this, you don't need the time. Like with my programs, you just submit your issue to me, and you don't even have to be live on the calls. You don't have to make time to listen to the audio activations, because you can play them in the background during what you're doing when you're going through your day-to-day routine. Like, this is something that you don't have to create time once you get it. Once you get connected to me, you don't have to make the time. It's just there. It's automatic. And most important, like I said, is your insight, and your financial insight is priceless. I cannot even tell you how priceless it is. Like, think about all the things in your life that, you know, if you didn't have the insight on that you made mistakes, and how much time, money, and aggravation has that cost you? So it's like, I'm not here to give you like the step-by-step financial plan. I'm here to delete your own blocks so that you can clearly see it, that you see your financial future, you're strong to your financial future. I'm strengthening your foundation, your boundaries, your dynamics, that you feel able, willing, and ready, and that you are congruent, so that whatever steps you take will be the right answers that lead to the right action that automatically get you results. And I've seen this time and time again. I've seen with this, you know, I've worked with multimillionaires. I've worked with people that don't even have any money. I've worked on just about every walk of life. So if you're saying this isn't for you, then that's a block in itself, because this is for absolutely everyone and anyone who wants to just change your future, be strongly in charge of your future. And it's really about getting your mind out of the way, because I can tell you this, your mind will sabotage you. Your mind will tell you you can't do it. It's not possible. You're not good. You'll never make money. And that's just not true. So the truth will set you free, like they say. And I'm going to strengthen you so that you are strongly connected to money and finances and whatever it is that you want in your life, and all aspects, to make that happen for you, because it's all about being strong and congruent for what it is that you want and you need and you desire. And with that said, that reverses aging, because it's the stress. You know, you think you're getting old, but it's all that stress. It's all the negative emotions that you're feeling. It builds up over time. And then you do get old, and you do get pain, and then you can't walk, and then you have a cane, and then you're in a wheelchair. So you have to stop it. You have to reverse it. Most important, if you take my programs, you will prevent it. And that's the place that you want to be, that it doesn't happen in the first place because you're working on it now. You don't wait till you're old. So if you're thinking, well, I'm only in my 30s or 40s, this is the time to start. And you want to start doing it now so that, you know, you prevent it. It's like when you think about taking the garbage out in your house, you do it daily, right? You do it weekly, you know, so it doesn't keep accumulating. And that's the same with our thoughts and emotions. You want to do daily self-strengthening and deletion. It's a must-have to stay strong. So if you have any questions, like I said, give us an email. Send us to info@marniegreenberg.com. Again, you can come on over to marniegreenberg.com, click on programs. I'd love to stay connected with you. Send me an email anytime. And regardless of if you join any programs or not, I'm always having more free streams. So stay connected with me. Stay strong. Big energy hug to everyone. And make good things happen in your life. Bye for now.